Hey, Mr. Train Engineer, how come your train is getting longer and longer and longer as I'm forced to sit here and wait 6 minutes? Yes, I'm fully aware it's all about the bottom line. Nobody in business wants to write with red ink. And I understand that. That keeps the wheels of commerce turning. Yep, the bottom line. Keeps companies growing, keeps people employed, moves product and resources from one market to another market. So I understand all of that there is a sense of urgency. However, I think longer trains, there's a toll on drivers. And it's anxiety. We see it constantly. People pulling out of line, turning around, and trying to find another route to work or home or to some emergency or to some appointment. But longer trains are getting longer. That's just a plain fact. The more trains you can hook up behind those massive engines and get your product to market, the better for the bottom line. Welcome to this edition of Super Saturday Shuffle. I generally don't rant much on this channel about what I see in the world of politics or what's going on in the local community, but I've noticed there's a lot of driver frustration lately sitting behind coal trains. The ones in British Columbia are getting longer and longer and longer. We take coal from the interior of our province. It's brought to the west coast, just outside of Vancouver, and it's shipped off to ports around the world, including China and elsewhere. And there is a bit of a sense of urgency to get that coal out of the ground and move it to the markets that are interested in Canadian resources. So why are freight trains getting longer? A little bit of research online. The main reason is railroads are increasing train length to move more freight with fewer trains and crew members, which reduces fuel consumption and greenhouse gas emissions. So the monster train phenomenon, some trains now exceed 10,000 to 20,000 feet, which far exceeds the typical siding length. In 2023, the median length of a Class 1 railroad train was 5,300 feet, but 10% of trains were longer than 9,600 feet. Let's look at the impact on motorists and communities that these super long monster trains are running through. Prolonged crossing blockages. Longer trains means crossings are blocked for extended periods, and that disrupts the flow of traffic and causing long waits for drivers. That's when the anxiety builds up. Blocked intersections can prevent fire trucks, ambulances, and police from reaching residents, creating potential life-threatening safety risks. Increased wait times have led to greater non-compliance, with motorists and pedestrians attempting to cross or climb through stopped trains. And in my community, there have been several incidences of that in the past few years. Several weeks ago in my community, the city of Surrey experienced a derailment of the coal train heading to the port in Tsawwassen. Quite a mess. A number of cars derailed, and is it because the train is too long, or was it the condition of the tracks? Most likely a result from all of the above: condition of the tracks, the length of the train. So you can imagine the frustration of drivers sitting behind a stopped train due to a derailment. And it causes a lot of anxiety and a lot of frustration, having to reroute and turn around in traffic and find an alternate route to your destination, whether it's at work or an appointment or whether it's a medical emergency. But trains, in my opinion, are getting too long. The wait times are getting too long, and it seems year after year the trains are getting longer and longer. And I don't think there's much consideration taken for drivers sitting at rail crossings, whether it's in a community or a farming community like this one in Glen Valley. As I mentioned, I'd be interested to hear your comments and thoughts on long trains. I know that trains are an important thing to our economy. They provide jobs, of course, and they move a lot of products from the ports and to various markets around the world and bring in a lot of goods and services rather than have everything brought to the port and shipped by truck. Trains are beneficial. However, I think more consideration needs to be taken regarding the anxiety of frustrated drivers behind these super long trains. So be sure to leave me a comment. Yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts, pro or against long trains. And I promise I'll read every one of your comments and hopefully respond to each one as well. Thank you for watching this edition of Super Saturday Shuffle. I generally don't take a big rant on this channel about politics and things I see in the economy, but I do see something that I think is very important, and that is toning down the frustration of drivers that are sitting behind these long freight trains, and I think more consideration by the rail companies and local municipalities and governments who have the power to legislate the length of these trains to ease the stress level and the anxiety of drivers each day. Thanks again for watching Super Saturday Shuffle, and until next time, take care.